that we have completed this. This is number 8, and so it gets better and better and better each time. This year, bit of statistics, we traveled a total of 1,321 miles. We made 16 stops. We started in Mobile, Alabama, with stops along the way in Pritchard, Monroeville, Greensboro, Birmingham, Anniston, and we ended in Gadsden, Alabama. We presented to students at 94 schools, which is an increase of 29% over the number of schools from last year. The number of students receiving scholarships increased from 1,076 last year to 1,225 this year. This year, we awarded scholarships of totaling $24,207,352, increasing from last year's $21 million. And we awarded 18 presidential scholarships. Presidential scholarships are those that pay all of the tuition, required fees, room, board, and provides for students a book allowance. All of these statistics continue to make our vision and the vision of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University, that vision is that we become the institution of choice. And these statistics bear out even more that we are indeed becoming the institution of choice for more and more young people. I can tell you that the idea of having a tour is, of course, spreading. Other institutions have now decided that they want to do presidential tours as well. But let us not forget that it was Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University that started it. So they may try to imitate, but at the end of the day, we are by far the best. To do this requires a magnitude of work. It is a logistical piece coming together. I'm not certain how it's even done, but the staff in admissions under the direction of Mr. Dwayne Green, somehow they pull it all together. When you think about 94 schools, coordinating that together, going from one location to the other, 16 different stops, and we made it there, and we made it there on time, that requires really a lot of logistics. So Mr. Green, let's please give him a round of applause. Thank you so very much. And of course, the most popular person on the tour is an individual who provides the scholarships. And so we certainly want to thank Mr. Darrell Jackson. Mr. Jackson, our Director of Financial Aid and Scholarships. Support for this comes out of the foundation. I don't know whether he's here or not, but we certainly want to thank Dr. Alan Vital for his support in providing this for us here at the university. We have to get from point A to point B, and that again requires a team effort. And we are thankful to God that we had safe travels for this, the 8th year in this endeavor. And so we want to thank, beginning first, Captain Hightower, Lieutenant Clark, and Mr. Sylvester, who drove the bus. As I've indicated on a number of occasions, you have to give credit to the person who allows me to do this. And I've said that as long as she continues to go with me, I will continue to do this. But when she decides that she's not going, then of course we won't have a presidential tour anymore. So I want to thank, and this person has been with us on each of the tours, the First Lady of this university, Mrs. Abigail HUGINE, for your support. We have another individual that has been with us from the very beginning, and without her, I'm not sure that we would have the same chemistry on the bus. So we certainly want to thank Mrs. Marjorie Battle, and the person who, again, coordinates a lot of the details for us, Dr. Larry McDaniel, has been with us on each of our tours. And there's someone you'll see around somewhere whipping a white Toyota Camry left and right, and he's been with us each of the years, Mr. Kerry Watkins. Where's Mr. Watkins? He's probably somewhere out whipping that white Camry around. So they have been with us on each of the tours. We thank them so very much. They've been with us all 8 years. But we also have some additional persons that we want to thank who went with us this year and in some cases previous years. Kevin Hughes, Darius Blakeney, Courtney Smith, Christopher Gladney, Lanisha Leslie, Dr. Valencia Stewart, Kyla Rankins, Carla Holloway, and Ms. McKinney. Did I skip anyone who was with us this year? Very good. Now, we want to make special note of some individuals. I often say this, and I have used this throughout our tour, and I really sincerely mean this, that I have the distinct pleasure of serving as president of the very best students that exist anywhere in this nation. And I mean that. If you had the opportunity to see our students in the manner in which they presented and represented Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University, it would make your buttons pop off of your shirt. They did a fantastic job, and we certainly do thank them for being great ambassadors for Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University. And so I want to recognize the students that attended and assisted us in this endeavor. Beginning first with our lovely queen. Thank you so very much, Miss Samira Hopkinson. And then we have the president of our Student Government Association, Mr. Jacoby Gray. Representing the ROTC program, Carlos Owens. Nadia Young, Alexander Hall, Caleb Franklin, Jada Windless, and Alicia Nesbitt. I trust that I did not omit anyone. We also had at each stop, all 16, we were greeted by alumni of Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University. We thank our alumni, even the alumni that are here now. All of the alumni, please stand up. Thank you for welcoming us back to Alabama University. As we moved around, we were able to be greeted by our alumni. We also had members of our Board of Trustees that were present at various sites, beginning with the President Pro Tempore of our board, Dr. Jerome Williams, Mr. John Hackett, Mr. Kevin Ball, Dr. Pickett, Dr. Wayne Watts. Those were the members of the Board of Trustees. Had Mr. Clayton Gibson, Senior Vice President for Finance and Administration, who joined us in Birmingham, along with Mr. Chimwezi, who brought the electric bus to Birmingham for display. It was our desire to show individuals the cutting-edge technology that we have here, but we had some weather conditions and it didn't work out, but we certainly will do that in upcoming tours. Doing the tour, we continue to emphasize, and it was really enlightening as parents would come up to us who had children here, or students here, getting to be like Mr. Jackson now, had students here, and they would relay the wonderful experience they had. And that's important because we keep talking about Alabama A&M University as being a nurturing, caring, welcoming, student-centered environment. And they simply supported that, and we do appreciate that. We shared with them about the fact that we are a best value university, the fact that we are affordable, and the one statistic that we emphasized over and over and over again, that we enroll and we graduate the largest number of minority STEM majors in the state of Alabama, more than Auburn. And that is significant. Enrolling is one thing, but being sure that to receive the degree is another. And this year, as in prior years, we have a theme. And the theme comes out of the genre of young people. Because I would not have come up with this at all. And the theme comes from GOAT. Now, I would say what it was initially because when I do that, there's a difference clearly in age. If I say goat, then those of us my age start thinking about an animal. But if I say GOAT to our students, they understand that GOAT means greatest of all times. So that's the theme that we talked about, the greatest of all times. And that's what we wanted for those students coming to Alabama A&M University, and that's what we want for each of you, to be the greatest of all times. And then we shared with them how you could become the greatest of all times. First, with the letter G. First, you must go for it. Anytime that you want something in life, you have to work for it. You have to be willing to make those sacrifices in order to achieve that goal. Go for it. The second letter, O, opportunities. Opportunities present themselves. They come at unexpected times. But there's a point where opportunity and preparation must come together. But you must be ready when that occurs. And so we emphasize the need to be prepared when opportunities present themselves. I use the analogy of a pop quiz. When you think about a pop quiz, if you're ready for it, then you're going to be able to demonstrate your knowledge of that particular subject matter. But if you're not ready, that particular opportunity will not present itself again. So you always want to be ready when opportunities present themselves. Then the next letter is A. A is an action plan. We'll end up in life somewhere, but it may not necessarily be where we want to go. So an action plan gives us direction to our lives. I also indicated to them something I read in my inspirational scripture one morning, and that simply says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And the last letter, T, tenacious. In life, you have to hang on in there. There will be challenges, there will be opportunities, obstacles, but what you must do at the end of the day, you must be tenacious, have tenacity. And so we encouraged those individuals considering Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University to go for it, seize on opportunities, develop an action plan, be tenacious. I say that to all of you here. That's the lesson that we need to continue to have. We are committed as a university to helping you be the greatest of all time. We've been doing it since 1875 and doing, I must say, an excellent job of that. We have proven over and over again that with a degree from Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University, you can start here and you can go anywhere. Thank you for being here today, and go Bulldogs!